This is how to run the box drill. To set up the box drill, there will be 4 cones making a box that are squared 15 yards apart, and there will be a cone right in the middle. There will be a line of players at each of those 4 cones, and to get started, have one player start with the disc just off of one of the cones. So here we're going to have the purple player run straight at that center cone, and then they're going to make a cut about 90 degrees out, and they will receive a pass from the green player over their right shoulder. As they make their cut and turn, and before they receive the disc, the red player should start their cut. So they will run to the center cone and then make about a 90-degree turn, and the purple player will throw the disc to them over their right shoulder. As the red player is approaching the cone, making the turn, and before he catches the disc, the yellow player should begin their cut. Once again, going to the center cone, turning right, and catching the disc over the right shoulder. And this pattern will continue, where the person that is standing at the cone that is being cut towards, they will be the ones that will begin the next cut. So we want to make sure that you don't cut directly at the cone, so that way we don't have people crash into each other. However, for the most part, we want to basically be going from one cone, hitting that center cone, and then attacking a different cone. One of the big advantages of this drill is that when we are outside and we have a little bit of wind, this drill forces you to throw in all 4 directions with the wind. So with the setup that we have here with the green player with the disc, if the purple player were to make a cut to the center and then turn right, the green player would have the wind at his back. It would be a tailwind. But then the throw that the purple player would make when the red player cuts towards the top of the screen, that would be a crosswind. Similarly, when the blue player makes their cut and the red player throws it, it will be a headwind throwing into the wind. And then when the orange player makes their cut and the blue player throws, it will be a different crosswind. Now you're going to run this drill several laps, so that way you will get practice doing all 4 directions of wind as you do this drill. In a real game situation, we must be able to make good and accurate throws regardless of what the wind is doing. This is a very flexible drill. It's a very simple setup, and there are several different cutting patterns that we may choose to use in order to accent different cuts, different catches, different types of throws. So here's a few examples. One of them could be where the green player starts with the disc, and the blue player across from him cuts that disc and then turns either to the left or to the right and will receive a pass on those angles. Another option could be kind of the opposite, where someone from the side would cut to that cone and then go directly away from the handler, such that the handler would have to throw a curvy throw up and around the shoulder. Another one could be cutting at the cone and then turning around and cutting right back to where you originated from. And another one that doesn't use the cone at all could be to actually make a cut going out of the box before coming back in. So these different cutting patterns will force you to have different kinds of footwork as a receiver making those cuts, and will also let you practice receiving on different shoulders, and there will be different looks and different shapes of throws, all kinds of situations that we might run into in a real game. Here we have a video of the most common variation of the box drill. So in this one, the cutter hits the center cone and then run towards one of the corner cones. That same cone that the cutter is running towards is the source of the new cutter. So in this example, the cuts are going to the right, and so for right-handed players, this is a flick throw, but you can also run this exact same pattern, except you turn to the left, such that a right-handed player would make a backhand. This is a view of the center cone during the drill, It is important that you approach the cone at full speed and make a turn as quickly and aggressively as possible. If you are slow on this center cone, then that gives the defense an opportunity to catch up to you and possibly get ahead of you. So you want to attack as aggressively and turn as quickly as you can, giving minimal warning to whoever is defending you. Here we have another variation of the box drill, and with this one, take note that the cone that the cutter is attacking, it is the opposite cone that is the source of the next cutter. So here we go to the back left corner, and the front right corner is the new source. So attacking that front left cone, it's the back right cone that was the new source. So it can be tricky going from variation to variation of this drill, but we just need to pay close attention to whatever the instructions of that specific drill are and go from there.